What if the big players in the markets leave clues? I'm going to show you how I was able to predict the Euro move, the JBP move, the DX move, all just because of the commitment of traders report. But some things you need to understand before we dive into it. The COT report is used on the weekly time frame because this data is released every single week. This does not mean that you are going to trade it on the weekly, but this means that we are going to analyze the conditions of the market from the weekly time frame going downwards, in my opinion, maximum to the 4 hours. The COT report is not a timing tool. You cannot use it to time the market in order to enter. It is just a reference to understand we are about to reverse, we are about to change trend, or we are about to continue with the trend. So let's dive into the charts and let me show you how we do it week after week. This is the Euro chart right here, and I'm going to show you why we have been predicting this bullish move on Euro for the past couple of weeks. So the red line, as always, is the commercials. The green line is the retailers, the blue line is the large speculators. We always want to follow the commercials, we want to do the opposite of retailers and the opposite of large speculators. So this is right here is the index, which is looking back over 26 weeks, and we have the option to change that. And this right here is the net positions. So the shorts minus the longs minus the shorts, we get the positions right here. So why have we been predicting a bullish move on the Euro? If you look over here, the commercials have been buying the Euro since we had this big dump, right? But that does not mean that we should go and buy it right away, because we have been going down, the commercials have been buying. So the commitment of traders is not as simple as you can see. Like if it's high, we buy, if it's low, it's not. You need to get used to it, you need to have some experience with it and plan it, do it every single week to become better at it. So this is what we do in the community, and this is what we do on our calls. So basically, what we see over here is the weekly, as I mentioned, has to be on the weekly. The commercials have been buying. Since here, they have been buying and they have not been stopping, right? So when we reach this area over here, all right, it was an extreme. It was an area that last time we were at this level, we also had a pump up. So we need to check in the history. This is the first thing. The second thing is we need to check for the past 12 months, has it been at this level before? If it hasn't, then it's significant. So let's look back for 1 year and see if it has been at this level. So from December 2024, let's go back to December 2023. And this is gonna be somewhere around here. So for the past year, we have never been at this level. So since 2020, we have never been at this level. Then what happened in 2020 when we were at this level? We saw a big, huge move upwards, as we can see. But notice that it didn't happen unless we started to go the opposite direction. When we started to go the opposite direction from the commercials, this is when it happened. And the large speculators were at an extreme, right? So this is very important. Now, the same thing is happening again. Once we started to decline, this is when the move happened. So this is very interesting. You will not notice this just from the first time looking at the COT data. This is why we do it every week. This is the first tool we use, but we have many tools that we incorporate with it. Something like the fund managers right here, which also gave us a signal of a bottom, and they gave us another signal of a bottom. All right, so let's continue just with the COT report. What was happening when they were extremely bullish? The large speculators, which should all the time be opposite of the commercials when we want to see a move like this, right? So they are completely opposite, as we can see here, extreme, as we can see here, extreme, right? And this always happens like a bubble, right? This is when we start to see that we are expecting a move upwards. I'm going to give you another example on the X to see why we are bearish on the X, which makes the Forex trading strategy that I'm talking about in the title. We will put the X against Euro, and then we will have a trade. So the X is right here, and when I have a red on it, that means I am bullish on it, it's bearish on it, sorry. So we have been expecting this for a while on the X, and it's very simple why. The X is very straightforward, and you're gonna see when the move happens. So last time we were at this level, right? So this is what I told you. We need to check at least 1 year to the back what happened in the past. So when we were in September, August, July 2024 at this level, we saw the market decline, right? Then when we went to this level, we saw the market increase. Then when we went to this level, we are seeing the market decline. Same over here. We were up, we saw the market go higher. All right. Now, this is not the only thing. We're following the commercials, but as you can see, the large speculators are always the opposite, right? Over here, they were a bit weaker than usual, then they followed up. But I want to show you something very interesting that you most probably have not seen before. Open interest. When open interest increased, as we saw over here, the price declined. Right? When open interest decreased in this situation right here, we saw that the market increased. So it has a relation when we are at the top and at the bottom. It's not the same signal if it's a bottom or it's a top. It's gonna be different. So over here, again, what do we have? When we increased, we had a top, and this is when we went lower, right? So again, we increased, we went lower. We increased over here, we went higher. So we want to link this with what are the commercials doing at the same time in order to have a better idea. Sometimes it's a bit early. So for example, we had here the big open interest increase, and then the commercials increased, so we got the move. All right, same here. We have the big open interest increase, and then the commercials decreased right here. They put on the short position, so we decreased. Now we have Euro, and we have the X. Euro's bullish, and the X is bearish. What do? We go to Euro USD, of course, and because they are always opposites, right? So we want to trade them against each other. Now, from the weekly, what do? We go down to the daily. All right, so this is the daily right here. And we're not gonna just go and buy just because the COT told us to buy. We have to time the market, we have to get some confirmation. The confirmation that we use is something that I call the smart flow indicator. And this is what we use in the Traders Club. I'm gonna leave the link in the comments down. If you want to learn all this and join our calls every single week, then join my community. It's totally free. You can join with the link below, and you can get access also to the indicators. So join, you got nothing to lose, and you will take your trading to the next level. So watch over here. After we did our COT analysis, which is step 1 and only one setup tool, while we have a couple of setup tools that we use, we want to confirm our buys. Are we correct? Are we thinking properly? So if we look from this low till here, which is actually this one, all right, we have been going down in price, but up in our indicator, smart flow indicator. As you can see, complete divergence. So we have been bullish on Euro since we actually got to this level. All right, so that does not mean we don't trade downwards when we have opportunities, but we are waiting for the move. We are very careful. It's very short-term trades in order to take the price higher. And now we got the reversal, first, second, in order to go higher. Without understanding the conditions of the market, you are trading blindly. you do not see anything. You have to understand the conditions behind the moves, and then you can go into the price in order to take your trades. And this is what gives you an advantage. This is what gets you from being amateur trader to being a professional trader that is doing this consistently. This will reduce the amount of trades that you take and will increase their probability of winning. This is what you have to do every single week. Plan your trades, see the conditions, and then we go into the charts. Basically, I took you through one condition of our setup tools, one condition of confirming our setup tools, and the third condition is timing it from market and technical analysis. So this is the third step where we go into the charts. Now, what do we see on EURUSD? The first thing I want to see is supply and demand zones. Where can we react from? And the way I take supply and demand zones is a bit different than everybody else. So this would be my zone right here. If I want to look at the past and see from where I can take it, right? So we have the first one, of course, is going to be here, and then the second one. This is the full zone right here. We went a bit below it, we held it, and now we are seeing the market go higher. If we look at the daily, we can see that we're starting getting more bullish over here, right? And then we saw the move, we had the consolidation. Once we had the consolidation right here, this is our signal that we are going to go higher. Whenever we have this compression, which I call right here, whenever we have this compression right here, I always wait for the loading phase. This right here is the loading phase, right? And then what I'm going to wait for again is a market to rally. So this is your trade right here, right? Very simple, very straightforward. Step 1, 2, 3, all you need is patience, discipline to follow the plan and actually implement. Do this every single week. Plan it and then do it. So this is what we do in the Traders Club, and I'm going to show you my weekly summary that I release every single week, telling everybody what to expect in the market, what are we looking for. So this is EURUSD, this is my analysis, this is where I expected the market to rally from, this is where we went. Crude oil to go lower, we're already lower. US 30, we hit this level. Gold, we are still going higher, we expect the market to go lower. DX, exactly a bit higher, we followed this plan, it's not this one, to go lower. USD CAD, as expected, we're still going higher, and then we want to wait for the market to go lower. Euro JPY, you want to see this. This is a really nice trade. Amazing. This is the rally we had from Euro JPY. USD Chef, completely bearish. So we have been hitting the markets every single week because what I'm showing you actually works. JBP, JPY as well going higher. So I release this every single week along the calls that we do on Sundays and on Wednesdays. So today, by the time of this recording, we have a call. We go through all the markets and you will learn our full system from start to finish. So I hope you found value in this video. If you did, please subscribe.